Shut up!
The day you raise your hand to me will be the day you die.
No permission needed.
The first time I ever performed this piece, I had never known what it felt like for a man to lay hands on me. In my wide-eyed innocence, I said the words with such diligence. The day you raise your hand to me will be the day you die. Crowds stood on their feet and roared to my beat, but little did I know I was speaking a Future's lie. Because one day, he did raise his hands to me. That guy. You know, the one you meet where the feeling shouldn't go so deep, but you dive in anyway, as did I. I thought I knew so much, but damn, I was naive. I was not prepared for this drug called love that even when it's foul, it makes it hard to leave. So the day he raised his hands to me and put them around my neck, I wasn't ready for that because at the time, I was still trying to figure out what I did that made him so upset. I was frozen in fear, but with him, I still tried to reason. Yet he was caught up in his own psychosis and fiercely battling his own demons. The choke I got out of, the choke I escaped, what I wanted to avoid was a strike. And thankfully, the strike never came, but what did emerge were the sharp blades of a knife. In that moment, my knees went weak. I knew I was about to die. This is how my life would end, I believe, being stabbed to death by the man I love. This is how I would expire. I screamed, I beat on my living room window. No one came. And finally, I called out for my granddaddy who had already passed on. Granddaddy, help, please! And in that moment, I heard someone whisper my name. As that guy came at me with that knife, I instinctively grabbed his wrist. As he kept trying to reel it into my stomach, I somehow kept it away with what felt like supernatural strength. I drove the knife away from me, but it went towards his shirt and it accidentally cut through. When I saw the blood, I panicked as he grabbed me and screamed, "Bitch, look what you made me do." I wish I could say that I left that night, that I ended it, but I didn't. Even after my younger sister came to pick me up, as I stood in the middle of the street, watching him spaz out and argue with voices that sounded like me. Even after my older sister drove by my house with a machete and expecting to find my body on the ground, but to her relief found that night my maker wasn't ready. Yes, I survived that night, but no, that night I did not end it. Saving him became my mission. All my dreams were immediately suspended. My life goals became about his remission. And it worked for a while, until it didn't, and then it did, and then it didn't again. The drinking, the women, the threats, the forced sex just came with it. My job was not to offend. 2 more years would pass before I became unparalyzed. 50 pounds heavier, broken spirit, terrified. The person looking back at me in the mirror, I did not recognize. Upon our departure, he immediately rushed into the arms of another. I was alone, afraid, confused, angry at God. Why was I all alone when he was the one who was wrong? I decided to seek help, and I worked tirelessly through my wounds. It was a fight to get out of bed each day, the grief my mind totally consumed. I now thank God for those months of solitude because it led me to fall in love with something else. During that time, I signed up for a self-defense class, and it was there I rediscovered myself. 5 years later, 50 pounds lighter, I am proud to say that I'm a trained fighter. And yes, I've had the broken bones to prove it. Jabs, hooks, arm bars, takedowns, knife defense. It ain't nothing for me to do it. And now I thank that God because so many times he was the motivational face I was punching on the other side. So now I can say with determination and without a hint of hesitation, the day you raise your hand to me is a day that will never be. Because never again will I be anybody's dumping ground in the literal sense or metaphorically. There is a fighter, an exalted one, a lover inside of me who always understood that love don't hurt. So put your hands on me? I wish a motherfucker would. But if a motherfucker should even think about it, I'll remind him of the original words I once cried. The day you raise your hand to me will be the day you die. Hello, I'm De'Ara Lewis, and thank you for watching One Chick Army. This was a very personal piece that very few people in my life knew about. And I wanted to share this piece to let both women and men know that love does not hurt. It's not supposed to hurt. That's something that my mother told me over and over again when I was going through this, and I want to share my experience in hopes that someone will hear it and make a different choice. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. Just click the link below. You see the link, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it, get the word out about this show, about this piece. If there's someone who you know is going through this, let them see this. Let them know that help is available and you can learn how to fight. So thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with many of you, and just have a great, great life.